various ways we accumulate sanskaras. Sanskaras are impression in the unconscious mind. We experience the world with our five sense organs, mind registers it, intellect analyzes it, and all the impressions stored in unconscious mind, if the experience is pleasant or unpleasant, and these experiences are stored in the unconscious mind or chitta. How do we accumulate impression? We are constantly bombarded by information. This bombardment of information registers in the mind. Something you hear consciously, part of it goes in the unconscious mind. When some suggestions are given with certain music, it goes deep inside the mind. So many of the TV commercials are done with certain music and certain scenery, so that unconsciously you are registering as sanskaras. So we are constantly bombarded by stimulation and sanskaras. Some of the sanskaras are accumulated just by the environment. So here are many ways we accumulate sanskaras. The book, The Secret of Bliss, chapter number 4, I have explained, and I will go through just the basics. For example, brainwashing. Somebody is brainwashed. That means constantly told about certain thing is right. That is called brainwashing. Constant bombardment, and after a while you believe that to be real, and that remains in the mind. And we are brainwashed in so many things from the childhood, constantly bombardment. For example, if you are born in Christian family, you are already brainwashed believing Christ as Savior. If you are born in Hindu family, you are brainwashed into believing Krishna as your Savior. If you are born in Islam family, you believe Muhammad and Allah as your Savior. So suppose if some Muslim child is switched at birth to Christian family, then he will become Christian. So this shows, like from childhood, we are not born with religion, but we are programmed into religion. This is not something right or wrong, but this shows how sanskaras are influenced. Programming, just everything you do constantly, you get programmed into something and it becomes your sanskaras. Conditioning, you just get conditioned. You get into something, get program or condition, you do all the time, it becomes mechanical. It becomes your second nature. So sanskara is something you do without thinking. So if you do any practice constantly, it becomes mechanical. So those people who are in the sports, they practice so much, they don't have to remember, everything happens spontaneously. This is also sanskara. Addictions, you use tobacco, alcohol or drug, and you get addicted and you crave for it, and that controls your life, is also sanskara. Habits are nothing but sanskaras. You do certain things certain way constantly, it becomes your sanskara. Phobias, fear, phobias of different things, height, close places, water, public places, all these phobia are conditioning, because if you have that experience in the past or in childhood, or is repeated several times, it becomes reality. So it is also conditioning. Affirmations, anything you affirm constantly becomes conditioning. Some people say, I cannot do it, I'm not good, I'm sick. This kind of programming is also conditioning. Others do, I can do it, I'm really created in the image of God, I have all the powers, they can do it. And then cosmic illusion. These are brainwashing that is common for everyone. First brainwashing or first sanskara is, I am the body. In reality, we are not the body. You can see that body is not permanent. It changes constantly. We still identify with the body when it is heavy or thin, when it's young or old, and we are still brainwashed to believe ourselves, I'm the body. And this is common programming or sanskara because it's natural and it's called maya. Same way we identify with our name, we identify with our belief system, we identify with our emotions, we identify even with our possessions, we identify with our loved ones and surroundings, like son of so and so, father of so and so, this kind. We identify belonging to nation, religion. These are all called sanskaras. So sanskaras come from all the directions, all the time. If you are asleep, you can do sleep learning, that is also sanskaras. All the sanskaras come if you pay more attention to it or when you are more relaxed. So sanskaras influence us when we are in a relaxed state. If you are very busy, sanskaras don't go deep. So many subliminal tapes, subliminal messages are put in such a way that your conscious mind doesn't know it, but unconscious mind picks it up. So unconscious mind or subconscious mind that picks up the impression that is stored in the deeper state is called sanskaras. And this is how we pick up sanskaras. We are constantly exposed to it. Knowingly or unknowingly, things are bombarded, we absorb it and we don't know it. Sanskaras are invisible. You don't know who you are. We know ourselves as I'm so and so, I'm following some good discipline, I'm a moral person. But deep inside there is storage of sanskaras we don't know about. These sanskaras could be hidden. We are a combination of good and bad sanskaras. So certain environment comes, good sanskaras come on the surface. Like you go to spiritual satsang, all the childhood good sanskaras come on the surface. But if you associate with materialistic people or violent people, your inner violence and your inner desire for material things comes on the surface. So sanskaras are at deep level and they could be stimulated by outside environment. Whatever we think, visualize, we connect and awaken those sanskaras. So really to get more deeper sanskaras, we have to have satsang or association with positive people and avoid association with negative people. When sanskaras influence you, you don't know. You are in the bad company, you would decline until you reach the bottom, then you realize that you have gone in wrong direction. Same way when you evolve spiritually, it is so subtle you don't realize. But after a while, when you interact with the world and look at yourself compared to others, you can see that you have evolved tremendously. So this is the explanation of sanskara. Jai Bhagwan.